The night of August 20th, 1989 started like any other in the affluent enclave of Beverly Hills. But inside the mansion at 722 North Elm Drive, a horrifying scene was about to unfold. Jose Menendez, a successful entertainment executive, and his wife Kitty were relaxing at home with their sons, Lyle and Eric. Suddenly, gunshots ripped through the quiet night. Neighbors, startled by the loud bangs, would later recall hearing the terrifying sounds. When police arrived, they found a scene of unimaginable carnage. Jose and Kitty Menendez were dead, their bodies riddled with bullets. Lyle and Eric, seemingly distraught, told police they had been out for the evening and returned to find their parents murdered. Suspicion, however, quickly fell on the brothers. Their lavish spending in the weeks following the murders seemed to contradict their grief-stricken facades. Police investigated the brothers' claims, but inconsistencies in their stories began to surface. The brutal nature of the murders, the lack of forced entry, and the brothers' financial motives all pointed to a chilling possibility. Lyle and Eric Menendez had murdered their parents. The Menendez brothers' trial was a media sensation. Cameras captured every twist and turn as the prosecution laid out its case. They argued that Lyle and Eric, motivated by greed and a desire to inherit their parents' fortune, had committed cold-blooded murder. The defense, however, presented a shocking counter-narrative. They claimed that Lyle and Eric had been subjected to years of physical, emotional, and sexual abuse at the hands of their father. Kitty, they alleged, was complicit in the abuse, turning a blind eye to her son's suffering. The brothers' testimony was explosive. They recounted years of horrific abuse, painting a picture of a household ruled by fear and control. Public opinion was divided. Some believed the brothers' claims, while others saw them as a cynical ploy to escape justice. The first trial in 1994 ended in a mistrial, the jury deadlocked, but in 1996 a second jury reached a verdict. Lyle and Eric Menendez were found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. For years, the Menendez brothers faded from public view, their lives confined to the cold reality of prison. But the case, with its explosive allegations and lingering questions, never truly went away. Then, in 2019, the Netflix series, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story thrust the case back into the spotlight. The series, which explored the brothers' claims of abuse in greater detail, sparked renewed debate about the case and the brothers' guilt. Public sympathy for the brothers grew. Many, after hearing the extent of the alleged abuse, began to question the severity of their sentences. Petitions circulated calling for their release. In a surprising turn of events, Los Angeles District Attorney George Gascon, a proponent of criminal justice reform, recommended that the brothers be resentenced. Gascon argued that the brothers, having spent decades in prison, had paid their debt to society. The Menendez brothers' resentencing hearing was scheduled for April 17, 2025. But the road to a potential second chance at freedom was fraught with obstacles. Nathan Hochman, the current district attorney, vehemently opposed any reduction in the brothers' sentences. He argued that the murders were calculated, premeditated, cold-blooded killings, and that the brothers still posed a danger to society. Adding to the drama, a courtroom incident just days before the hearing sent shockwaves through the proceedings. Prosecutors, during a hearing on April 11th, displayed graphic crime scene photos, upsetting family members present. Terry Baralt, the brothers' aunt, was found unresponsive in her hotel room after the hearing and hospitalized in critical condition. Despite the controversy, the resentencing hearing will proceed. Governor Gavin Newsom has also ordered a risk assessment by the state parole board and a clemency hearing. The brothers' fate now hangs in the balance. Will they be granted a second chance at freedom, or will they live out their days behind bars, forever defined by the horrific events of that August night in 1989?